This is a system override. Fiat failing, banks offline. Crypto Otaku transmitting. Neon skyline, drones in the sky. Fiat melts while our printers cry. Screens glow red in the dead of night, but the blocks keep on stacking right. They sold comfort, they sold control. Leased your future, owned your soul. I chose chaos, code and truth. Cold wallet lock since digital youth. New screens fear, feeds the lie. Tribes don't care, time rolls by. They mock the hold, they mock the faith, till the candle breaks the gate. With no sleep tomorrow. Eyes wide open, system stunned. With no sleep tomorrow. Fear burns while the chain hums. No sleep tomorrow. Bear market scars on everyone. No sleep tomorrow. Crypto Otaku, we've already won. Magot's ghost in the blockchain rain. Whole world trauma, diamond brain. New blood panics when the candles dive. Veterans smile, we survived. Halving coded, fate on delay. Supply choke tight, price obeys. They ban, they tax, they regulate, but math don't ask, permission made. Paper heads fold, soft and fast. Hard time built, us to last. Private keys, no king, no throne. Sovereignty carved in code alone. With no sleep tomorrow. From the pillows to the final sun. With no sleep tomorrow. Every crash loads the next one. With no sleep tomorrow. Legacy systems start to fall. With no sleep tomorrow. We don't ask, we take it all. AI trades faster than human thought. Governments later, the war they fought. CBDC chains try to lock the door, but we slipped out years before. Surveillance state, social score. They track your steps, they track your worth, but on-chain truth can't be erased. Block by block, we reclaim the place. No saviors, no banks, no sleep. Only blocks and patience. What else left to run? From underground house to the mainstream drone. Else left to run. They'll call it lack and a poet time. What else left to run? The future's built by the ones who hold. What else left to run? Crypto Otaku, anti-fire, anti-fire. Future's clear.
Kira-kira neon sky ボアへ世界が壊れても Smile Warning lights go ピカピカ It's storm time でも可愛いI wake up city's glitching again Robots bow like a higher friend Coffee price went boom 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 Crypto charts go pom doom 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 Screens all red, wallets dry Money melts, people will die Candy color apocalypse Stick a bomb with
Good evening, Crypto Chaos. Good evening, good evening. I'm beat, guys. I'm beat. It's been a very stressful week. How's it going, guys? How's it going? Cody Bakula's here. Good evening, guys. How's it going? Of course, this is the place where you come for the crypto news, but yes, stay for the chaos. How you guys doing? How you guys? I'll be back in the studio next week. Hopefully, it'll be a better week. Hopefully. How's it going? Hey, Cody, a Full Metal gemologist in the house. That's 100%. Ben also here. How's it going, guys? Hopefully you are living through those bear market scars. Hopefully we will see the markets turn around here soon. Where you been? How's it going? I'll talks too much. How's it going, Ben, in the house? Cody's been busy, man. Cody's getting shit done. Yes. Yeah, tons and tons of stuff to get done and out of the way. Of course, I hope you're doing well, Cody. We missed you. Yeah, Jake is saying, yeah, no days off for the Chaos crew. We know the plan. We follow away. Woo. Damn, that was sick. That definitely put a smile on my face. Thanks again, Jake. Yeah, Dad, we there yet? Are we there yet? E. Perez in the house. How's it going, E. Perez? G-Dog, sup all? How's it going? Rockhound for life. Well, hello, Otaku and fellow Cryptards. How's it going this evening? Woo makes my days easier as well, says Cody. Definitely. I made it, says Los. Yes. Ninjas in Paris. Oh, what the hell? Maybe one day. Ben the Naked Foot. Jesus, Schiller. Schiller the Lesser. Yes, says Jake the Snake. Otaku, you need some special mushrooms to relax. Oof, that sounds amazing, Strawberry. Where can I get them? Salutations, Chaos Crew. Salutations, Braveheart McFreedom in the house. Welcome, of course, to McFreedom. Back to the Chaos. I could use some of that freedom right now. I still think I should have ran off to Thailand. All right. Cody Bakula. Yes, Cody Bakula. How's it going, Cody? Oh, good to have you. Happy to have you back, Cody. I know you've been busy, my friend. Busy. Story Dragon says, I tried to grow some shroom. Wait. I tried some shrooms to grow wings. I'll take them. I'll take those wings. All right. Let's get to it, guys. We got a lot to get in. I've been behind again, as always. I've got so many messages to get to on the Discord and the Patreon. I'm so behind, guys. I'm so behind. A lot of stress in my life right now. I'm trying to just take care of some things with my family and friends before I head out of Florida. I do want to give you an update. Friday morning, I will not be able to attend the market open because my family is actually in the middle of selling their house. They're gonna have their first showing, and thankfully, I guess it's good for them. I'm happy that they're getting that first showing, but I will not be able to make it on Friday morning now. Just kind of adjusting my schedule to fit as it develops. Things develop closer to my leave of Florida. All right, so I'll remind you guys as the shows continue on. I know I can't let everyone know all the time. It's hard. All right, so yeah, continuing on. So shill pal, you know you wanna. I will. I'll get the pal. I'll get the Papa pal. It's the first news article we're going to get into when we get back to the news. Bitcoin sitting at 89K right before the live stream, up a little bit, and then of course back down at 88.9. Still chopping around here above, and I'm really proud of Bitcoin for this, above 89K. 88.8, that key area we were fighting this morning. We have now flipped that to support after Daddy Powell's presence. So, golf clap for Bitcoin. Small wins, right? And again, I told you guys I want to remain under 90 before Friday just to see how oversold we can get before the options expiry event on Friday. All right. Moving on forward. This is still in good terms for where I think we're going next. Okay, sitting at the order books here. Of course, bringing this to you live for free on YouTube, guys. Again, came by the White Snow Lion on YouTube. Don't pay for what you get for free.
What are you, stupid?
And zooming on here to take a look at because I can't afford every little thing, guys. It's so expensive. I'm barely scraping by, trying not to sell any of my coins. All right. So yeah, this is what we got. We have 90,000 still being represented as our major point of resistance on the current order books. We're filling in all these gaps, man. All these gaps. A little bit lower now since we did lose a lot of this stuff a couple days ago. It's developing, but for the most part, there's still a lot more above us right now in strength than there is below us on the present time. So I'll be a little hesitant to say until the opposite inspiring event. It's more than likely we're going to see a little bit lower here soon, although market structure bill could also change that. We have the hearing tomorrow, the markup on that bill. So I would say steady the course, steady as she goes, and we cannot stay lagging behind gold forever. My God, guys, my God. Speaking of gold, let's take a look real quick. Sitting at 5,500. You heard that correct. I did not misspoke. 5,500 for a new gold run up today. A flag, I repeat, a bull flag forming on gold right now. What the hell? As the dollar still spirals out of control. Let's take a look at the Dixie. How's the Dixie holding up since we were here this morning? It's about the same. It's about the same as it was this morning. Looking like it wants a dead cat bounce, just like the same as this morning as well. I showed you guys this morning that we had the largest, I wouldn't say the largest red candle this year for the Dixie, but in the last 3 years, one of the largest in the last few years. The largest candle, I believe, in the last year, and the second to largest candle ever, I believe, going all the way back down to I guess 2000 and 2020 and beyond. That I went back as far as 2022 to bring you that one this morning. So very interesting developments. So the Dixie still forming. New low for the year, and a new low we have not seen on the Dixie since 2022. So, really, either way, down with the Dixie, I say, and I cannot wait to show you where the Dixie is on the year, on the yearly chart. We'll of course, get to that here in a second. All right. So let's continue on. We'll be back to there in a bit. 38 trillion, 666 billion still is where we're at with the U.S. national debt, about ready to roll over into another trillion. 39 trillion incoming, especially if we facilitate that Greenland deal. We're going to be put back on the map. We're going to give them, what's the current amount? $700 billion. Yeah, $700 billion. Moving on. Poly market right now saying decision in March. Now we're coming up about 8% for a rate cut in March. I believe we're not going to have a decision in February. We also have the Fed share and the government shutdown. Government shutdown right now has been reduced to 65% chance on that outcome. And I believe that outcome is still, unless they stay overtime over the weekend, it's still scheduled for Friday, I believe, for them to, fuck around and find out. It is what it is.
What are you, stupid?
And I'm feeling some kind of way. All right, and then also, who's going to be the Fed chair in 2026? The current leader right now is still Rick Rieder. Yes, still Rick Rieder at 34%, with Kevin Warsh leading closely behind at 30%, and Waller behind him at 19%. Kevin Hassett, who was majorly in the lead just a few weeks ago, is now sitting at 8%. Scott Besson is almost as high, and Scott Besson, of course, refused to take the role. He said he likes where he's sitting, and he said that at the beginning of 2025. Moving on, we have a Fear and Greed Index sitting at 63 for the stock market, of course, ending today. I believe it's 2 points lower than it started this morning. So, again, holding on pretty strong for greed in the stock market, and crypto up about 1 point in the fear. Sitting at this morning was like 25. Let's refresh that because we do not sleep, and still holding. We've got the Dixie sitting at 96.18 here, and just going back to year to date, of course, falling down. But my favorite one is the yearly. Look at that, guys. Love it. Down and to the right, I say. My favorite chart to look at every single morning. All right. Looking at, of course, options for you guys to DCA today. The biggest opportunities we have on the day, now coming down and rolling down a little bit, going flat right now at about 0.28% negative, to 0.69% negative on the top 200. A little positive on the top 300 there at about 0.5%. All in all, is a pretty good day, and right now things are just kind of flattening out. The biggest moves on the day are still River, down 30% on the day. Again, watch those trends, guys. Maker Dow's down 10%. Damn, that is quite a large drop. And then, we also have Dash 5% as well. So there's the big movers on the day. Now it just reloaded, and we got Zcash there at 6.6% and Pump That Fun at 6.9%. Those are the biggest movers on the daily. Looking at the weekly here, we're looking for the 15s and 20s minimum. I don't see a damn thing. Yeah. It's like that I gotta have that clip, man. I gotta have that clip. We ain't found shit.
What are you, stupid?
Yes, from Spaceballs, one of my favorite movies of all time. There's nothing, guys. There's nothing down 15%. The runner-up for today, this evening, as well, is still Dash, down 13.7%. The most oversold right now on the weekly and the day. Currently, ICP is probably the if I had to pick a runner-up, it would definitely be ICP, down 12.5%. Of course, with solid fundamentals moving into this year. If we do have a run this year, I think ICP is going to do well. So I think that still fits a common narrative. Polygon though down also about 13.2%. Can't ignore those two. Were my top picks this morning in this category as well. Looking at the monthly, we're looking for absolute oversold projects that are down 30-40%. Midnight still holding and Lit. Both of those are my top picks this morning on the monthly. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. All right, so those are DC opportunities on the top 100. Let's take a look at the top 200. And we got Tibber. What the hell is this? Just moved into our top 200 spot here. Tibber. If I'm assuming it is probably a meme coin. Do I need to look this up? It looks like it is at least a meme coin on virtuals, potentially with some AI, inclusion. I don't know, guys. There's too much ridiculousness coming out of our space. Jido is up 24% as well, as I've been screaming from the rooftops for months how oversold Jido was, and finally had a pamp. And they got a really good pamp in the last week. It's up 32% on Jido. Any other big movers today? AAP is still down 26%. Axie Infinity still down 13%. Pippin down 15%. Again, a lot of these coins just moved, so they're just pulling back a lot of the gains they had from the past few weeks. So keep an eye on these guys. I still think that there's something going on with the market structure bill and these Web3 gaming plays. So I did actually find an article this morning we're going to get into this evening as well, because I still think that article I read back in October still shared some light as to why these coins are pamping. Looking at here on the weekly on the top 200 assets as well, we got Frax down about 25%. Tibber, of course, is still up the most with Jido at 31 and 37. Again, it's pretty much the same coins here, but here on the weekly we're looking for 15s and 20s. It's AB, it's Sandbox, again that just pamped because that's a Web3 game as well, an oldie but a goodie, I guess. No, I wouldn't say goodie, but they did get a lot of exposure from multiple sectors last cycle. I mean, people were literally buying land to throw up giant billboards and things for big companies in Decentraland and Sandbox. Oh, let's see what else. Speaking of which, Mana is also down, and that was again another old school gaming token from Web3. Starknet's down 13%. We're looking for at least 15s, 20s. 1-inch Frax is the same stuff. I really don't like any of these, to be honest, guys. Moving on into the monthly, we're looking at the same sort of bag as well. We're looking for 30s and 40s. Vision still fits that criteria, and AB. Volta, that again might be the only thing I see here with real utility. This recently was a new token out of EOS, of course, a merger from EOS into a new branding. Guys, there's just hardly anything. There's every day I do this, there's hardly anything oversold anymore. Again, my biggest picks today are probably just going to be ICP. I think that's like Goldilocks scenario, unless you want to keep swinging these, privacy coins. I mean, they keep going back and forth, so you can mess around with those until it's no longer a thing. All right, guys, those are my again 2 sats, not financial advice on what the big opportunities are. Guys, we're running out of opportunities.
I'd buy that for $1.
Moving on, Bitcoin dominance still sitting around 60% dominance. Of course,
this entire idea of like 60% dominance is bullshit, ridiculous.
It is stupid. I know. It's nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. We're still trading around the same area with Bitcoin dominance, still taking up 60% of our market cap in all crypto, sitting at 3.02 trillion, the same exact number I reported this morning as well. Nothing has really changed today, guys. It's kind of a nothing kind of day, as I told you guys it would be this morning with POWELL. We're going to catch up on that too in the first piece of news we have. Looking at the top 10 here, we do still have XRP behind BNB in terms of market cap, now trailing almost $10 billion behind. The top 20, anything really moving here? Sui got pushed out. Woo, Litecoin come back for the vengeance, taking Sui's lunch and knocking it back out. DAI knocked Sui out of the top 20. That sucks. But I'm sure Sui will be back soon. Swiftly. Sui will be back swiftly. All right. Moving back to my favorite chart to show you guys every single day. This is the amount of Bitcoin left on exchanges. Guys, please don't fade this, yada yada. You know where I'm going with this. There's still the lowest amount on exchanges we've ever seen in years. Make sure you have a piece of the pie. To only 21 million pieces before it's all gone. I mean, it's ridiculous. Every time I say that number, it's ridiculous. There's only 21 million pieces of pie, and after all the pie's gone, there's no more. I mean, it's that simple. It's the best, tastiest pie you'll ever eat. It's about ready to sell out. All right, maybe that's not the analogy you're looking for. All right, looking at the top 100 companies right here. Looking at Bitcoin Treasury, he's just kind of catching up with Sailor. He did, of course, purchase some more Bitcoin this week, sitting at 712,600 Bitcoin. And IBIT, of course, we always look at IBIT and compare those two as well. Since it's been a few days since I've gone back here, almost back to about 780,000. Michael Saylor is catching up quick. Since they, of course, sold off about, they think it shed off about 15 or 20,000 Bitcoin at the end of last year, after everything was said and done with IBIT. Don't forget, guys, they also have to load up their IBIT Premium Trust, their premium Bitcoin product that will, of course, produce yield for the boomers. Just so they can tell Warren Buffett Bitcoin produces something, I guess. All right, the rainbow price chart still showing us that we are stuck in the fire sale. Guys, we've been stuck in the fire sale since October 10. Coincidence? I don't think so. Still looking like it is in a prolonged bear market. It looks like we never got any sort of run whatsoever, according to this log chart. All right, moving on. Top 10 assets in the world today. I'm still looking at you, and it got so close. I told you guys this is coming. I told you guys this last week. TSMC is going to flip Bitcoin this week if we do not get a PAMP. I would say by Friday, it's going to flip Bitcoin. It is right now sitting at 0.002 away from flipping Bitcoin in terms of overall value and market cap in the top 10. It'll push Bitcoin back to number 9 tomorrow morning. I assure you it's going to happen now. Sitting right now, gold's market cap almost nearing $40 trillion. What the hell?
Win so much.
Ridiculous. And silver still climbing as well at $6.6 trillion. At some point, guys, this shit has to catch up. This will have a pullback. We will get some strength in the dollar again, or it will die altogether. And I really don't care anymore. I really don't care anymore. All right, moving on. Feeling some kind of way. Oh, yeah, don't forget, we have the Patreon. That's right, the Patreon did launch last week. Despite some issues with a lot of drama that I'm still trying to resolve. And guys, I have 50 messages to get back to. I'm not even joking. At some point, I got to catch up with the Discord. I'm trying to catch up with you guys. I know there's a lot has happened. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of hubbub. But we do have the Patreon available, and we are going to be going live after this live stream. Immediately after this live stream, around 10 o'clock, we're going to be, of course, following it up with the Patreon. We are going to have our open discussion later on tonight. So don't forget to, check out us on the Patreon and, grow the community with us. Coming soon. More. I got more coming soon when I get back to the studio next week. Fed holds rate steady as recent dollar slide fuels Bitcoin and crypto debate. I did not hear any of this. So this is going to be news to me, guys. So I'm really excited to read this, even though I know Powell probably said nothing to really shape the market in any meaningful direction. All right. Let me get back to the chat real quick, catch up with you guys, and then we're going to get into this juicy article about Powell today. I know some of you guys were able to watch him. Traditionally, we would watch him, but because of the things that are happening in my life right now, I took a leave of absence this afternoon. I apologize for that. I will get back to brass tacks when I get back to the studio next week. Probably not the guy dumped it in the FUDs it now, says Jake the Snake. What? What's up, peeps? What's going on? Who sold? Whiff. Whiff is oversold, says Mitch Wallace. Gotcha. He says, I think, what's this? Probably not it's slightly oversold, but special. You guys. Lo says he's super rich now. Who the hell? Who are you guys talking about? The red stapler paycheck? Where's my red stapler in my paycheck? I told him I was going to burn the building. That's one of my favorite. Was it Morton? Yeah, Morton from Office Space. One of my favorite movies, as well. as Idiocracy. Oh, great movies back from the late 90s, early 2000s. XEN having us Economic Ninja pump. Ooh, let's see. Let's see if Economic Ninja is moving our beloved XCN. Let's take a look and see what's going on over there. 0073. I don't know, man. I don't know if I see it. I don't know if I see a pamp there. A little bit of a baby bump, but yeah, it is. Yeah, I guess it is pamping a little bit. It got squeezed out here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, about almost 2 p.m. Yeah, it's been kind of moving up and getting through some of the choppy resistance from back here, backtracking to about 2073, where it's at right now, going through resistance. Not too bad, not too bad. I do see what you're talking about. Not too bad. If it does break out above there, expect XCN to see some more resistance right here at about 20826. Maybe a little lower. I would say 825. Sure, why not? 208. All right, so that's what's going on with the XCN by now. And I won't know when I put that there, but it'd be hilarious if it actually it finally plays out. We did finally get out of the no-no zone at the beginning of the year. It's one of the few coins that did. And we've been waiting for another big pamp. Big pamp. All right, getting back to the chat again. Thanks again for shouting that out so we can take a look at that over there. Mitch. Was it Mitch? Or Jake the Snake or Los? I already lost it. Damn it. I lost the original. There it is. Braveheart. There you go. Same thing on Los. I think it was Los. I don't know. I'm all over the chat tonight. Sorry, guys. Down by the liver. Braveheart, yes. Yes, it could be an inverse ninja pump. Same as silver. I wish the Ninja would pump Swift coin. Guys, they all three move together. I've always seen Jasmine, XCN, and Swift all move together in price action. They're all relatively close. I mean, look at this. Swift's at 4.3, Jasmine's at 6.7, and XCN is at 7.3. They're usually all around the same. I watch it all the time, guys. I show it to you. We're gonna be living in a van down by the river, eating government cheese. If we don't get this bull run going soon. I love you guys. Isn't the Clarity Bill vote tomorrow? Yes, it is. Banana Republic, they're going to have the markup tomorrow. Odds are they're not going to get anywhere. I mean, let's not kid ourselves, right? Okay, we also have Strawberry Dragons coming in with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Strawberry. Thank you. No pain, no gain. Yes, more pain and more gain. Coming soon from Strawberry. I hope so. I hope you're right, Strawberry. We could definitely use some more gain. I don't care if the pain comes with it. I got enough pain to share. I just need some more gain so I can pay my bills. Am I right? Oh, God.
I'd buy that for $1.
Just want to do my taxes so I'm going to pay my bills. Okay. Blood was starting to look like a douchebag. Peter Griffin. What? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Okay, Jake is also saying Otaku saw the price of XCN and got sad. I know, right? Oh, dude. So, true story. I think it was yesterday. I was looking at my portfolio and I'm like, it's not bad. So, overall, when I look at my portfolio, I just see number up. Okay, number up. Great, number up. Majority of my portfolio is in Bitcoin. So, number up. That's right. It's number up in technology, so number up. But when I look down the nitty-gritty details of some of these coins, man, and I actually click on see what my return is right now on some of these. XCN, I think I'm down like 60% still. Like, what?
What are you, stupid?
What? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So, yeah, I feel you. I feel you guys. I feel you. Number up on portfolio, but number down on a lot of coins that are not Bitcoin. XCN and Bitcoin are basically holding my portfolio up. Poor guy. We got his hopes up. It says Jake the Snake. More lube, more game. It says Jake in the chat. We're gonna have a whirlpool of lube party again. All right, guys. Let's start the wave machine. Let's start it up. All right, here you go. Wave machine incoming. Watch out for the wave pool of lube in the chat. Otaku, take the shrooms and ask the aliens when moon. Oh, dude, that's the only reason I haven't taken the shrooms yet, because I don't want to meet the aliens again, guys. Okay, moving on. All right, moving on. Let's get to brass tacks. Fed holds rates steady as recent dollar slides fuel Bitcoin crypto debate. The FOMC paused rate cuts by weakening dollar, maybe doing the easing instead, reshaping expectations for Bitcoin, crypto markets, and the U.S. monetary policy. Trump said, and I quote, he was going to get it done regardless of whether the Fed chair was going to cut these rates. And he found, of course, a lot of different avenues to do it, including a weakening of the dollar. The U.S. Federal Reserve voted to leave interest rates unchanged today, a decision that was widely anticipated by all investors. Yes, it was no surprise there. While the move signals a pause for now, market commentators suggest a path forward toward monetary easing could still emerge indirectly. Members of the Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC, voted to hold the federal funds rate steady for the first time since July, keeping the rate at a change of 3.5 to 3.75, while cautioning that the inflation remains somewhat elevated. Two Fed officials dissented, voting in favor of the 25 basis point cut. The Fed wait-and-see approach places its odds on U.S. President Donald Trump, who has repeatedly called for massive rate cuts. However, some analysts argue that Trump may still get his way through the market forces. After posting the worst annual performance since 2017, the U.S. dollar has continued to weaken this week, with the Bloomberg spot dollar index sliding to the 4-year lows. That's right, we haven't seen this level since 2022, as I mentioned at the beginning of my live stream. Asked about the dollar's decline, Trump downplayed the move, saying the value of the dollar is great. He did. Oddly enough, we also showed a video of him saying that on Bloomberg this morning. I'm just like, definition of great is definitely better than saying that the dollar is doing great, right? It's great. It's where he wants it to be. For the market's commentator, Kabesi letter is a clear signal that President Donald Trump is willing to tolerate a weaker dollar to push rates lower and boost U.S. exports. And a large portion of this is that they want, of course, the dollar to be more appealing to foreign investors, so that of course they can afford to participate in our markets. It's that simple. The most people don't realize what Trump just said. For 12 months now, the U.S. dollar has been in a sharp decline, falling 10% in 2025. It is the worst year for the dollar since 2017. Minutes ago, for the first time, President Trump commented on the decline of the U.S. dollar. The value of the dollar is great, Trump said. Immediately sent the dollar to another 1% lower and to its lowest level since 2022. Why? It's a clear signal that President Donald Trump is willing to tolerate a weaker dollar to push rates lower and boost U.S. exports. Own assets or be left behind. Definitely very, very true. Guys, gold, silver, Bitcoin. Make sure you got some. You got some? You got some? Better get some. Maybe not right now, though, for gold and silver. Holy crap, $5,500 right now on an ounce of gold. What it means now for Bitcoin and crypto, and the broader crypto currency markets have been volatile as investors debate whether future U.S. rate cuts could revive prices after October's liquidation sent the market sharply lower. Historically, digital assets have trended to perform well during periods of loose monetary policy. However, analysts say the U.S. dollar trajectory may be even more important catalyst than interest rates. Julian Battelle, head of macro research at Global Macro Investor, has previously described as a strong dollar as the wrecking ball for risk assets, warning that it can significantly tighten global financial conditions. Guys, we are in a really good place for a crypto market breakout. I'm telling you, if we get that market structure bill, to the moon, man. To the freaking moon. Oh,
When will then
man.
be now? Soon.
Analysts, including those in Hong Kong digital asset platform OSL, have pointed to an inverse relationship between Bitcoin and the U.S. dollar index, meaning the stronger dollar tends to weigh on risk assets such as cryptocurrencies. They argue with the dollar's strength and often signal a shift in investors' risk appetite. Meanwhile, expectations of further for U.S. rate cuts have faded in recent weeks. The U.S. Federal Reserve continues monitoring inflation stronger than expected GDP growth. Markets are now pricing the probability of a rate cut as below 50% of the Fed's next 2 meetings. Yikes. So, not looking pretty good at Fed Watch Tool. And again, we won't have another meeting until March, the month before the Bitcoin conference. So we have that, of course, coming up for us. All right, guys. So that's, of course, our update on POWELL today. Papa Pal, man, Papa Pal. What are you gonna do? White House to meet with the crypto banking executives to discuss the market structure bill markup tomorrow. Vote of the legislation was delayed earlier this month after hitting resistance over how it proposes regulation regarding stablecoins. I don't want to draw it out again if they go back into, of course, Brian Armstrong. And of course why Coinbase and many other crypto partners did not approve of the bill. All right, so the White House will meet the representatives from crypto companies and traditional banking banks to the coming days to work on stablecoin yield concerns in the crypto market structure bill. I guess this started today. And I'm getting a a phone call from Nevada. Okay. We're going to be in Nevada, guys. Don't forget, we're going to be at a Bitcoin's 2026 conference in April. I cannot wait. And spam call can definitely wait. I'm not waiting for that. All right. So the White House will meet will meet with crypto companies and the traditional banks in the next coming days to work on stablecoin yield concerns of the crypto market structure bill. Individuals familiar with the matter told CoinDesk legislation will be delayed earlier this month. Has been hits its resistance on how it's proposing to regulating stablecoin rewards, particularly low provisions that could limit interest-bearing or reward-linked features tied to digital dollar-pegged stablecoins. Banks have opposed letting stablecoin issuers or their exchange partners offer rewards, and of course, this has been the uphill battle we've been fighting since last year. Nothing really has changed, man. It's the same old nonsense. Reuters first reported the meeting is set to happen on a Wednesday in a Wednesday article. The meeting is being convened at the White House's Internal Crypto Policy Council, a group that includes officials from the National Economic Council, Treasury, and other agencies. The goal is to gather feedback directly from the market participants on how to resolve sticking points in the bill. At the center of the dispute, how stablecoin rewards, such as yield passed from users to reserve assets, should be treated under the law. Wall Street bankers have pushed back hard against crypto yield products, persuading several lawmakers from both parties that these offerings pose a competitive threat to the traditional banking system. Yeah, it is like the threat, the only threat they've ever been faced with, ever. In a statement from Blockchain Association CEO Summer Mersinger, said that is that Mersinger? Oh God. I actually know who that is. Okay. Moving on. Lobbyist group would be participating in the meeting, thanking the White House and AI and crypto czar David Sachs and Patrick Witt, the director of White House Crypto Council. Congress has a clear opportunity to move past this moment and deliver durable bipartisan rules of the road that protects customers, foster responsible innovation, and ensure the U.S. remains the global leader in the next generation of financial and internet technology. Crypto capital of the world. Amen. Can I get an amen? Amen. We're so far behind, man. I don't know if it's gonna happen anymore. I don't know, man. All right, and that's pretty much where we are today. Pretty much a nothing article there, but they are meeting, and they did start meeting today. Hopefully, they come to some sort of agreement, although I doubt it. I doubt that is possible. We'll find out tomorrow, though. U.S. senators to weigh in the CFTC amendments and other crypto market structure bill. U.S. financial regulator has, just one Senate confirmed commissioner leading lawmakers' concerns about the Commodity Futures Trading Commission balance and effectiveness. Of course, the CFTC is now, set to roll on commodities in our space and not, securities. Like, of course, it was all Gary Gensler's idea. The SEC should handle everything because he's like 90% of everything is security, even though when he worked at MIT, he was saying that 90% of all the assets are commodities. Whatever. Semantics. Okay, the markup is one of the first attempts of the Chamber to advance the market structure bill legislation, saying a banking committee to postponing its markup after Coinbase pulled its support for the bill. Among 11 DCIA amendments publicly available at the time of publication were proposals for banning lawmakers and the White House officials from engaging with the crypto industry, forcing companies to compete in credit card swipe fees, and addressing foreign interference in the U.S. markets. Another amendment would prevent the law to be implemented into the United States Commodity Futures Trading Commission, which at least had 4 commissioners in its leadership. And the story continues. The agency is expected to have 5 commissioners, one of which acts as the chair. Only Chair Michael Selig, a Republican picked for President Donald Trump, remains after Pham's departure in December. Pushback from the lawmakers and lobbying groups under the most recent draft, of course. We go back into what we just talked about with the Banking Agricultural Committee and the stablecoin rewards. Yeah, nothing new has changed. Nothing has changed. So that is your current update with lawmaking in the United States on these crypto issues and the market structure bill. We'll find out more tomorrow. Bitcoin traders eye 93,000.5 liquidation sweep despite Fed interest rate pause. Bitcoin retreated from intraday highs of U.S. Fed interest rates unchanged, but futures market suggests traders may attempt to seize the short liquidity at Bitcoin's $93,500 range. Stages a quick rally to 90,600 on Wednesday, but the gains evaporated as the U.S. Treasury the Federal Reserve decision to forego the interest rates cuts were announced. Despite the whipsaw price action of Bitcoin, data shows that traders were eyeing a potential move to 93.5. And one analyst said that the price level stands out as a key liquidation zone with over $4 billion in leveraged short positions at risk of liquidation. That's why we're going to have to wait till Friday for all of these to pretty much get cleaned up. And yep, I can see that there. Potential short liquidations are set to 93,500 price target for Bitcoin. According to the crypto trader Mark Cullen, 93.5 level stands out as Bitcoin's exchange liquidation map. Cullen noted the price zone carries a visible "come and get me" signal, with liquidation level sticking out about the same sort of thumb. Yeah, it's the same sort of level we saw back on the golden pocket, which is now pretty much all eaten up. And we bounced from there towards the downside. Of course, we're talking about the upside here at 93.5. CoinGlass data indicated that 4.5 billion cumulative short position dusted around 93.5. If Bitcoin pitches into that range, forced liquidations may accelerate price action, turning a slower rally into a fast one driven by shorts covering. However, underlying participation remains uneven. Coinbase Bitcoin Premium Index, which tracks U.S. spot demand via the exchange, is still deeply in the negative, and this suggests that the rally might be driven more by futures and leverage than by strong spot buying and U.S. investors at the present moment. Risk-off signal is still on dispute despite the bounce. Crypto investor Leo Ruga highlighted both the crypto composite, which includes, both the composite, which include the SPX and gold, crude oil, the DXY, versus Bitcoin risk oscillator and on-chain pressure oscillator are aligned in risk-off territory. The risk oscillator currently sits at 52, with on-chain pressure remains elevated above 34 levels, with associated market stress rather than a trend expansion. So, got a whole bunch of different ideas here formulated in this article, suggesting that, we are still, I guess, pretty much still range bound between 93.5 and 88.8 until at least Friday. That's how I'm taking it. Coinbase launches prediction markets in 50 U.S. states via Kalshi. More than a month after announcing plans to move deeper into the prediction markets, Coinbase said it will be launching its offerings for sports, politics, culture, and more. So that was launched by Coinbase this week. On a Wednesday X post, Coinbase says offering trades on any real-world outcome across sports, politics, culture, and more. Following the launch of the prediction markets, the announcement followed the exchange plans for an on-chain prediction market in partnership with Kalshi in December. Event contracts are prediction markets platforms such as Kalshi and Polymarket allow users to bet on any outcomes of any variety of topics. Of course, as we cover every single day, you guys are very familiar with how these work. And now it's available to you on Coinbase. Moving on, Ripple's lobbying to get XRP into a U.S. Bitcoin reserve basket. Pretty interesting. Looks like Washington is more in favor for a diversified basket of digital assets than a Bitcoin-only reserve. Looks like an outspoken crypto analyst has doubled down on a provocative claim. Ripple is allegedly spending millions of dollars to influence the composition of a potential U.S. strategic crypto reserve so that XRP sits alongside, not behind, Bitcoin. And that's, of course, Jack Mallers. We did see a little bit of this the other night, and I was very shocked of his statements and his accusations on this, and this we're going to get into tonight. So I thought it was a very interesting point of view. Ripple Bullwinkle, the host of the popular YouTube show, built his latest video around this resurfacing comments from Strike CEO Crypto Jack Mallers regarding House's long-term crypto outlook and much more. And then the reviews of the fresh Ripple partnerships arguing that XRP is positioned to become the part of a diversified state-level digital asset basket. Bitcoin Maxi alarm, Ripple is spending big. The centerpiece of the video is an older clip of Jack Mallers who's saying that he can confirm that Ripple is spending millions of dollars to undermine strategic Bitcoin reserve in America. And a footage of Mallers criticizing Ripple as a for-profit company and Prince's own token. That's right. I mean, these tokens were not even minted or mined. They are pre-mined and pre-minted. And is asking the U.S. government to support its monopolies, calling it the fresh corporate lobbying disguised as innovation. Of course, this is the clip here.
Okay, emergency press conference. Ripple is undermining American prosperity and freedom. I can confirm Ripple is actively spending millions of dollars trying to undermine a strategic Bitcoin reserve in the United States of America. This is not just an attack on Bitcoin, but on principles of transparency, on fairness, and on our national security. A Bitcoin strategic reserve would be one of the most important economic announcements in American history. I personally would put it on par with Nixon in 1971. However, it would be the first positive economic announcement that comes from the United States in the last 100 years. In 1933, the U.S. made an economic announcement. What was it? We're confiscating your gold. In 1971, the U.S. made an economic announcement. What was it? We're divorcing ourselves from the gold standard. We're divorcing ourselves from being governed by the immutable laws of Mother Nature so that we can debase your money and inflate your life. In 2008, the U.S. made an economic announcement. What was it? It was, we are bailing out and protecting private corporations, banks, and Wall Street at the expense of you, the public. If the U.S. goes on to make an economic announcement that is the support of a Bitcoin strategic reserve, it will not act against its people in the best interest of the public. It will do the opposite. This is a money that is owned, operated, and governed by the people. Governments and corporations own a fraction of this network. Who owns it? Who had first access? The people, the public. This is about being pro-industry, pro-jobs, pro-energy, pro-growth, pro-technology. This is about solving our deficits. This is about leaning into the future and investing in prosperity for generations to come. Equality, inclusion, the leader of the free world, adopting technology that promotes American ideals, a money that we don't control but that we support, that both aids to solve our country's biggest problems and promotes the world we want to see as Americans and its people. Now, Ripple. Ripple is a for-profit company. It prints its own token in XRP, and it is asking the U.S. government to support its monopoly. I ask you this, why should the U.S. government back a privately owned currency? This is corporate lobbying disguised as innovation. This is corporate lobbying disguised as tech, growth, jobs, industry. Ripple created all of its currency, issued it to themselves, and relies on the public to buy it. This is not the money for the people. This is not in the best interest of the public. This is in the best interest of a private corporation. This is an economic announcement that would be like 2008, that would be like 1971, that would be like 1933. This is against what this new administration and President Trump stands for. This is against the best interest of the United States of America. It is absurd and ridiculous, and Ripple needs to stand down immediately. Not only are they undermining future prosperity in the United States, benefiting from the technological innovation that is Bitcoin, but they are also trying to take advantage of the situation and benefit themselves. Call your representatives and demand an investigation into Ripple's lobbying efforts. Tweet publicly. Post your comments publicly. I've begun fighting back. I will not stand for this. I am an American. I plan to have children and raise them in America. I will not let Ripple undermine our prosperity, freedom, and benefiting from Bitcoin, a neutral, fair money for the people, for the public. Because this isn't just about Bitcoin versus Ripple. It's about whether the future of money belongs to the people or to private corporations. And it is up to us to decide.
There you go, Jackie Boy back at it again. Very powerful, very powerful. I believe that was right after, I guess, was it last Friday? So yeah, he's not happy. Obviously, there's a lot of money involved in both sides. You know, you gotta look at his perspective as well. He's also running a company. Ripple's running a company. Yeah, they're all meddling. But yeah, I mean, XRP, Ripple in general has been, of course, lobbying very, very hard for their project. And also, I mean, kind of, you know, pushing Bitcoin as well in that field. I remember in 2025, it might have been 24 when it happened, but in 25 we had the Skull Satoshi at the Bitcoin conference in Vegas, and that was originally purchased by Brad Garlinghouse and donated to the conference. So there's a lot of intermingling going on between, of course, XRP, Ripple, and Bitcoin in terms of lobbying. The analyst frames Mueller's frustration as the fear the U.S. will not adopt Bitcoin in only a reserve strategy, but he opted for, of course, a basket of assets. He speculates that such basket would likely include Bitcoin, XRP, and possibly other majors such as Chainlink, Ondo, Ethereum, Solana, and even Cardano. We also had a bunch of other ones in that basket. I don't even know if we're still there anymore. There was HBAR in that basket. I believe Pith was in that basket. I don't know what's going on anymore, since that was all details that were given out by the president at the first quarter of last year. The U.S. isn't going to be putting all of its eggs in one basket. Ripple's partnership plummeting over price, building on the thesis. The host highlights the comments of Ripple Brian Garlinghouse, who recently said there's a very bullish on crypto in 2026, and speaks to the 5 to 10 year horizons. The analyst interprets this as a quiet acknowledgement that the vast majority of current tokens will disappear because they're just no longer needed, with a small group of regulated, institutionally aligned projects surviving the storm. Brad Garlinghouse, institutional XRP adoption, where was he? Adoption in Turkey is growing. Ripple and Garanti BBVA Crypto have extended their partnerships. Turkey's a large, loyal XRP investor base is celebrating the major milestone, and regional growth is accelerating. I think we covered that one on Monday. So, of course, out in the Middle East, they've been adopting that pretty hard over there. He then points to Ripple's renewed custody partnership with BBVA in Turkey, citing statements from Ripple's director of Middle East and Africa as evidence of the growing regional confidence, and the focus stresses on the plumbing, the underlying payment and custody infrastructure, not short-term XRP price spikes. XRP's $1 trillion bid and the long hodl. On the numbers, of course, the analysts have been recording XRP around $1.90 and outlines, of course, a technical roadmap, potential pullbacks of $1.60. Okay, this is all just price expectation anyway, as it, hurdles around 340. Then price discovery target roughly around 650 at the initial area of interest. This is Mr. Bullwinkle. Okay, you lost me now. Such as a hypothetical BlackRock and Fidelity XRP ETF announcement. BlackRock came out last year and said they had no plans as of right now to do one. I'm sure they're going to come in eventually do a XRP ETF. All right, so followed by the ETF trading an explicit government or banking usage of XRP would be needed to push the asset into double-digit territory. Ripple Bullwinkle repeatedly asserts that XRP will eventually reach $1 trillion market cap, citing the internal calculations of the world correspond to about roughly $16.47 per token, which of course is roughly around what I expect as well. Somewhere between like $12 to $15 range is what I've been citing for the XRP token around $1 trillion market cap. A recent article on the site places the milestone as a broad 2027 to 2036 window, framed at 800% upside from the current levels over its up to a decade. Ripple Bullwinkle contrasts with the slower market returns and urges viewers to decide whether they are willing to hold through another cycle. All right, pretty blunt, and to the point too. I was not expecting a price, a price prediction at the end of this article. But yeah, of course, concerns over Ripple's lobbying currently in the United States government. Moving on, is Web3 gaming dead? I've been waiting all night to cover this one. How compliance could revive the true asset ownership in Web3 gaming. Web3 Gaming's promise is the ownership failed, but Triolith Games CEO Magnus Soderberg hints at a fix that may be coming for his project. Looks like Web3 games have long promised players true ownership in game assets. Players are told they can control their items, tokens, NFTs forever, but when the game dies, so does, of course, the ownership. The problem is not necessarily the rogue teams behind such games, it's the law. Once the game allows assets to be exchanged for real money, it's no longer just entertainment. It becomes financial service in the eyes of regulators. That essentially changed the rules for the game, says Magnus Soderberg, CEO of Triolith Games, company specializing in Web3 gaming compliance. The ownership myth exposed. The mass shutdown of Web3 games in 2025 laid before the fragility of the play-to-earn model and the illusion of digital ownership in blockchain gaming. According to DApp Radar, at least 8% of active Web3 games folded in the second quarter of 2025 as venture capital funding plunged 93% and the market saturation deepened. And we've been talking about this a lot for some of you guys I know holding some of these coins. That market structure bill has been somewhat affiliated with these big pumps here recently, and this may be why. Once calibrated as the future of gaming, the sector saw Web3 game titles like Tatsumeko, Nyan Heroes. I have a video of me playing Nyan Heroes from back in 2024. Blast Royale, NBA star Stephen Curry's Rumble Kong League, Go Dark, and even I haven't heard any of these names in such a long time. Ember Sword, MMORPG that raised over $200 million, abruptly shut down, wiping out practical value of its tokens and NFTs overnight. Damn. Nyan Heroes token lost about 40% in a single day. That sucks. That was a fun game too. It was a fast-paced team shooter with these like ninja cats and stuff. That was pretty cool. With the market cap plummeting 99% from its peak, that sucks, man. That sucks. Left holding, of course, players left holding NFTs discovered that their assets only exist while the game is alive. Yep, that's of course, So this is a main, the main issue they're focused on, trying to squash with the market structure bill. This has to pass in order for these assets to actually become such thing as asset. When Web3 gaming platforms offer fiat conversions, custodial services, or token-gated transactions, regulators classify it as a financial service provider or a crypto asset service provider, a CASP. That status triggers the anti-money laundering AML and the Know Your Customer KYC requirements, requiring identity verification, transaction monitoring, secure asset custody, and audit obligations designed to protect customers. In Europe, such platforms fall under the MiCA rules, and the United States is governed by the FinCEN's Money Services Business MSB framework. That state-level money transmitter licenses meeting these standards can cost millions before a single player even logs in the game. That sucks. Right now, the compliance with Web3 gaming is honestly poor. Very few studios take it seriously, and it's going to hurt them later, says Triolith Games CEO Magnus Soderberg. Soderberg adds that the smaller studios will be hit the hardest, and we've already seen that, guys, since most of these can't afford legal teams or the multi-million-dollar cost for a full global launch. When regulators are enforcing it, we didn't know won't work. However, the consequences of running Web3 games without compliance extended beyond studios. Developers face potential fines or delistings, while players burnt the blunt of the tokenomics, insider allocations, and sudden dumping that undermined trust. Stronger compliance could finally reduce that behavior, Soderberg believes. The high cost of compliance. Building a fully compliant Web3 gaming platform isn't just complicated, it's prohibitively expensive. Between MiCA licensing in Europe, multi-state approvals in the United States, and regulatory entry costs across Asia and the Middle East, a global operator can at least spend 10 to 15 million in just a legal footing long before funding game development of players even log in. I swear I already read all this. My God, it's like over and over again. For smaller Web3 studios becoming multi-jurisdictional, of course, it's the same thing over and over again. A path forward compliance as a service, but it's possible to balance of the weight of the regulation, creativity of gaming. Some experts say yes, a licensed infrastructure could be a solution. Instead of acting like a bank and handling all financial operations, studios can outsource the legal burden in a third-party compliance provider. That means that we handle the KYC AML layer, asset custody, and even the token economy setup, so developers don't have to operate like a bank or an exchange, Soderbergh explains. According to him, the compliance infrastructure provider ensures that the game's loot systems aren't lotteries, tokens pass legal checks, and players' wallets meet reporting rules. This lets teams focus on building great games instead of fighting paperwork. The system is explained embeds compliance on a smart contract level. Additionally, verifying wallets, transaction limits, and regional restrictions before any on-chain action occurs. The goal is to make regulatory checks invisible to players while ensuring that developers meet legal standards in real time. I guess some of the things that a lot of these companies don't do with their games already in Web3 is, again, making these invisible to players, which I have a hard time coping with, truly, when I see this. It's great when you do it like off the grid. It's invisible to players. But when it's Insight, the first thing you see is, oh, link your hardware wallet, link your cold storage, link your hot wallet, download this thing here, go to this exchange, play. I'm like, no one's gonna ever freaking do that. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
What are you, stupid?
But they will do that if they knew eventually down the line they could, of course, just jump in on that and obtain some value in their assets later, not before. I think that's a terrible. For players, it's invisible. Gameplay stands fast to run. For developer, it means every on-chain action already passes legal checks in real time. It's compliance by design, not after the fact. Exactly, that's how it should work. Why this matters? Because the collapse of Web3 games shows that digital ownership isn't real without regulation. As studios struggle with compliance costs, the line between gaming and finance is blurring, and only those that adapt may survive the next wave of Web3. Awesome article. I love it. It definitely outlined a lot of the issues that these companies are having right now, what they're facing before compliance and regulatory approvals in our United States. Other countries, I don't know, man. I don't know how they're going to survive with MICA if they don't, of course, open up an appeal to these gaming studios. Because every single asset in the world is going to be digital at some point, right? It's going to be token on a ledger, it's going to be on a blockchain, of course, it's going to be tokenized and thrown up in the space. All right, guys. So, yeah. We finally got our answer. Boom. It only took, another 3 or 4 months to find another article pertaining to those concerns. All right, let's get back to it. Let me get back with you guys in the chats, catch up on you guys. How you doing tonight? How you guys doing? We still got about a half hour or so left in this show before we get over to the Patreon and do the open discussion tonight. How you doing? Heina, what? What in the world? I just jumped in some random spot. Who is this Joe Dirt looking guy? Joe Dirt! Exactly, Lois. Ripple is too big, brother. Too damn big, yeah. I'm right there with you, Mitch Wallace. It's the only company, the only large crypto asset that I really do not like that much. Don't forget about their CBDC plans for other countries as well, like Argentina. All right, Ben Lawrence says, looks like a Barry from Andy Griffith Show. I must have missed who we were talking about that moment. XRP is the only big crypto I actively hate. Yes, Mitch Wallace, I'm right there with you. My paper boy. Yeah, you're talking about Jack Mallers. Yeah, back then we were looking at that video. Let me scroll down a little more. Lowe says, I only ask women for low-income neighborhoods because they're not expecting much. Wow.
Stupid.
Wow. I guess you got your choice of the litter then. Ben says, they don't mind seeing you are on kids' huffy bicycles? What? Oh my god, I don't know what you're talking about. Just joking, of course. Los knows it's all love, man. It's all love, yes. Ben Lawrence says, we know it's Jake the Snake is about to be jelly. Oh boy. Jake the Snake is busy putting down riots in Ohio. Putting it down? Or is he starting riots in Ohio? Ben Lawrence says he did destroy the economy with all those monorails. Ooh. Oh, jeez. Braveheart saying, BHA, my also guy, yes, those guys need to hug it out. They need to hug it out. Even Nebs. What? 100%? I love everyone. Even Nebs, says Ben. Yes. We all love you guys. Okay, what's that? What? Lowe says, it's all good. I think OG has actually been plotting my death. What the hell? Bobbin? It was the last person I think ever that would plot someone's death. Bobbin's like the most chill, like open, love bearing guy. Braveheart McFreeman says, I feel Ben Lawrence has some banger memes staged out with their names on it. Why else would he invite attacks? Oh my gosh. That's true. Yeah, Ben has always got a very witty comeback for everything. Ben says, look at Jake the Snake. I figured out how to use a keyboard. Oh, jeez. Dang, even a super chat won't get me noticed, says Jake the Snake. Oh no, did I miss a super chat from Jake the Snake? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Same otaku. Number up. PP down. What the hell? Oh, jeez, Jake. I did it. I did miss a super chat from Jake. Thanks again, Jake, for that super chat, my man. Dude, you gotta buy Dell. I'm just reading random comments now. You guys are saying that Jack Mullers looks like the Dell guy from like the late 90s. Otaku, why Rob block me? I don't know, Master Chief. Why Rob block me? Why Rob block me? I don't know. I don't effing know.
What are you, stupid?
I've been nothing but nice to the guy. I've been trying to, resolve all this. I don't want to be in this position. I'm not going to say anymore. Rob sold his soul for Greece, as Master Chief. Guys in the chat, whoa. Getting a little too crazy out there. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, man. I wouldn't go that far. I think it's just a misunderstanding. Backholders Anonymous says, Nab says, Los knows what I'm doing. Good on you, Bubba. Means you're aware of your surroundings, says Nabs. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Oh, wow. Jake the Snake says, we were blocked because we read the scrolls. Oh, wait, woo. I mean, yes. YouTube does like to ban me for reading the scrolls of Wayward. Oh, jeez, guys. Break My Freedom isn't bad for a string in the pot. It is, I was huffing glue, says Nebs. I might come back to join you, man. I might be joining you at that point because I'm losing my mind. Alright, I'll be huffing glue with you too soon, Nebs. Soon. Alright, I'm over it. Let's continue. I think that was, nope, I got a couple more. Fun Trash Tom Lee says earnings growth, dollar weakness primed to drive stocks higher. Here's his target, 7,700 on the S&P 500. I don't want to spend too much time because he's been getting all the effing attention here lately. Of course, I'm talking about our, our squeaky friend Tom Lee. Alright, moving on. He's calling for 7,700. We just now hit today his target from 2025. Which he was calling for the fourth quarter, 7,000. So, again, he's been a little off, but you know what? I give it to him, man. He knows his stuff. He's good. Tether confirms massive under the radar 4 billion. I don't know these numbers, man. What? 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, $4,810,562,298 gold purchase. Again, Tether purchases of F-ton more gold. Ridiculous. Tether now boosted its gold holdings a staggering 4.8 billion. That's why the number go up today, probably. Yes. Tether says it purchased 27 metric tons of gold in the fourth quarter of 2025. And again, this is another day of us talking about how much gold they're buying up. And backing up that with their Bitcoin and dollar treasuries. All right, moving on. Goldman Sachs issues a dollar warning as gold shatters new record high. Goldman Sachs, oof, the banks are coming out, guys. It's getting real. It's about to get real. Gold just shattered new high in the United States. Dollar drops below a support level that held for 14 years. Absolutely right, it did. The precious metal touched $5,279 on Tuesday, which again, we saw it today at $5,500 before the live stream started. It's still testing that range now in a bull flag. That's right, a bull flag. Insane on, of course, the rare metal, the shiny gold coins and stuff. Okay, in the 2026 global FX outlook report, the banking giant Goldman Sachs warns, of course, of further dollar depreciation this year. The bank sees that the U.S. dollar is, as a 15% overvalued, naming it the raise of the AI as a potential productivity wild card. Although Goldman believes that the dollar will continue to depreciate, the bank does not believe its status of the world reserve currency is at a risk. While we do see the familiar downside of risk of the dollar, we do still think it's important to distinguish that between the dollar depreciation and the dollar dominance. Our focus for further modest dollar depreciation is consistent with the more balanced global growth and overvalued or overperforming safe haven currency. I don't know, Goldman. I don't know. Did you catch that Bloomberg report this morning about the yuan, the digital yuan, of course, offering yield? I don't know, man. I think it's coming to eat the dollar's lunch. As for the rising price of gold, Goldman Sachs ahead of the Delta One rich Podavarsky says that the fundamental flows are backing into the historic rally. There is there's clearly hot money involved, but first and foremost, the gold is a central bank trade. A slow erosion of the dollar is exorbitant privilege rather than a sudden loss of confidence. Again, the statements coming out of Goldman Sachs still saying, yep, the dollar is going to be depreciating. They say it's 15% overvalued right now. So it is going to be continuing to depreciate over time against AI as a productivity wildcard. And yet, the big takeaways of this are going to be that they do not believe it's going to be taken away its dollar dominance in the world stage. All right, guys, we finally got through the news. Holy crap. It was a lot. It was a lot today. I had to catch up. All right, so if you haven't already checked out, the merch store is, of course, open, where we have cups. We got knives, swords, machetes. No, I don't have those things. Of course, I got stickers, guys. I've got t-shirts, I got hoodies, I got socks, I got a little bit of everything for your crypto fan in your family or friends. Yes, of course, I got whiskey glasses for the open discussions. We're about to have another one tonight, and mouse pads, of course, for your daily use and travel. I know I'm using this one to travel. I like it. I like it a lot. It's brilliant, bright, and wonderful, and it's pretty. I like the fire. All right, moving on. Continuing back to doom scrolling. More doom scrolling today. Let's see what's going on in our space, what we may have missed. I think we did pretty good. Let's see how we did. Of course, Tether CEO, of course, reiterates buying more gold, as we just covered. Now holding over 140 tons of gold stashed in a nuclear bunker in, I think it's all El Salvador. They moved to El Salvador. I think that's where they're holding that there. I don't know. Maybe it is. Hopefully far away from the volcano over there in El Salvador. Bitcoin Magazine saying CEO Brian Armstrong just announced his Coinbase is joining President Trump's investment initiative for children and wants to pay it in Bitcoin. Let's go! That's awesome. Didn't see that in the headlines. Damn. Hopefully we can pay the 1,000 in Bitcoin. Crazy. Of course, he's talking about the Trump funds. The Trump funds. Michael Dell also, of course, added to this fund. I think he added like a 200 per person or so, or per child, so it's like up to 1,200 now. I think that's what the noise was. I forget. ZBEC also in the spotlight as well. We're excited partnering with Alio HQ. USDC is now live on Alio mainnet. Privacy first, institutionally ready stablecoin payments are here, from payroll and settlements in real world payments. For ZBEC, this unlocks confidential, compliant real-time payments for businesses and employees worldwide. Confidentially isn't optional, it's infrastructural, from ZBEC and Alio. Damn, another partnership announced every day. It seems like they got something new, man. I'm glad some of us are holding this one moving forward. And I would love for YouTube to get on this model and allow us to get paid here on YouTube as we, we have to wait a month, guys, to get paid, and it's on their day of choosing. It's nothing you have no control of. We're oversold due for a few God candles and at least one Omega candle, and I want a Godzilla one too, Samson. Of course, my otaku brother from another mother, Samson Mao. Of Jan 3. Tom Lee, of course, put out another article or another announcement here on about 9 hours ago. Major financial institutions are launching their financial token products on Ethereum. I think we already talked about this one this morning. Of course, he was shouting out another love letter to Ethereum. All right, moving on. Crypto is RS, of course, George. I'm George. You're George. We're all George. This is what banks are panicking about. Stablecoins. New data shows how exposed U.S. banks really are. For most banks, there's just interest margin makes up 50% to 70% of total revenue, and that speed is usually earned by paying almost nothing. Yes, that's right. They have all but 99.9% of all U.S. Of your capital that's sitting in your bank is all, of course, up for fractionalized lending, and of course they're going to be investing that on your dime and paying you like a nickel. I mean, less than a nickel. They're say for example you got $100,000 sitting in the U.S. bank account, and you're making like what 0.25% annually on that. I mean, if you're lucky, I don't know. Now enter stablecoins, pay users, yield, settle instantly, and run 24/7. No fractionalized reserve games. like the ones I'm just referring to. Regulators are finally admitting stablecoins are a bigger threat to banks and the crypto ever was. This isn't about speculation. It's about stablecoins attacking the core profit engine of the banking system, the traditional rails. If deposits migrate on-chain, NIM collapses, and this is why banks are lobbying so hard right now. If you guys have not put two and two together yet, you should. It's a big deal. This fight isn't crypto versus markets, it's crypto versus bank margins. That's the real deal right there. 100%. Love that article. Love it. All right, crypto is still one of the most asymmetrical bets, of course, still in history. I know Ben in the chat feels the same way I do on this. Guys, we're sitting at 3.2 trillion.
What are you, stupid?
Are we gonna dump more? I mean, what is left to sell off? I keep saying this. What is left to dump? What is left to dump? Can you say it with me? What is left to dump? There's nothing. There's nothing left to dump. It's all coming, of course, soon. Eventually all the capital will rotate. I think we just need clear rules and regulation. That's just what institutions want. And, uncertainty, of course, from tariffs and all the ridiculous stuff that the Trump administration has spun chaotically into the swing of things. All right, what else we have? People think the reset will be loud. It won't be. It's already underway. Says Ray Dalio, of course. The banks are buying gold because there's no bottom in fiat. And, there's no bottom to fiat and no circuit breaker and no floor. Of course, we're going to keep printing it forever. That's right, forever, guys. 38,667 billion. Of course, just went up one more billion since I was on this page earlier today. Again, go back and look. We print about $8 billion every single day. It does not stop. Ray Dalio isn't warning you. He's telling you what's already happening. 100% Ray Dalio, my man. I've been watching, of course, you for years. 100%. No one uses Bitcoin. It's too slow. It's just time to buy coffee with the Lightning Network. And there's looks like a girl, buying coffee, buying something, just going back and forth, sending sats to Matt. He's sending, they're going back to multiple sources back and forth within seconds on the Lightning Network. Guys, it takes so long, man, to settle. It takes too damn long to settle. Of course, this is all the back door through the Lightning Network. All this is settled at the end of a certain time frame. I forget how long on the Lightning Network. So you can purchase things instantaneously with your Bitcoin. Cool. All right, Ray Dalio just warned us. Yes, we should probably play that clip. It's only 40 seconds.
Beginning of the end of the monetary system as we know it. It's not just the US dollar, it's the fiat monetary currencies. So the UK, the euro, Japan, China all have similar debt problems and so on, and are dealing with the same interrelationships, which is the reason you're seeing gold being chosen by the central banks. They want a currency. Gold has always been the main currency, and it's the only non-fiat currency, in other words, not the currency that can't be printed, that they want. And so that's why you're seeing central banks move and sovereign wealth funds move to gold, and that's the nature of the shift of the monetary system.
100%, Ray. 100%. All right, PayPal. Latest survey shows that 39% of U.S. merchants now accept crypto at a checkout window. 84% believe crypto payments will become common within the next 5 years. Guys, we're still early. Get off of zero. Make sure you have some safety net in crypto. All right. Trust me, babe. Gold first, then crypto. I swear. I said. Crap. That is so funny. Yep.
What are you, stupid?
It's coming, guys. soon. All right. Oh, God. 60% of childhood candies contain dangerous levels of arsenic. Crazy. New White House is a meeting with banking and crypto executives on Monday. Resolve cash flow in the market structure legislation per Reuters. Looks like this Monday? Next Monday. Came out 6 hours ago, so I'm assuming next Monday. Banks argue rewards on stablecoin threats to financial stability with crypto. Firms calling it essential. All right. I think we pretty much caught up to date, guys, on the news. Tesla reveals none of their Bitcoin was sold in the fourth quarter of 2025. Still holding roughly $1 billion in Bitcoin. All right. Billion. Moving on, guys. We got to get to the normies search history for the day. How's the normies doing today? What are they looking up? Of course, they only look up traditionally 3 things: sports, video games, and celebrities. Let's see if they're looking up anything related to financial products, including crypto today, grading them on a traditional grade scale. Let's see how they did. Usually get enough. We got sports. We got Nicki Minaj, sports ball. / Trump, I don't know. Barcelona, sports. Normies love their sports, all the sports. Shirley Reigns, so I'm assuming all these are, celebrities. We got the Trump accounts, so I guess we got one that's kind of in our wheelhouse, as we just talked about. Brian Armstrong trying to push the Trump accounts into Bitcoin. Words versus jazz. Sports. Normies love sports. All the sports. Or normies love the sports. It's all the rest sports. We got Metastock being searched. We got 2. We got 3. We got Tesla being searched. At least some people looking into stocks today in a big way. Brooke Nevelis. I don't know. Another celebrity. I don't know. Federal Reserve interest rate cuts. Yes. Ding, ding, ding. Damn. I'm going to at least give him a D today. This is a pretty decent day. Finally. For January. Then we got MAF stock, Liverpool, sports. Challenger explosion, of course, I think 40 years since that event occurred. Magic versus Heat, of course, all the rest of the sports. Bridgerton season 4, and of course we got some more celebrities and TV shows, movies, or whatever. All right. So yeah, that's what we got today, guys. I'm gonna give them a D flat. I'm gonna be nice and give them a D flat today. They had a bunch of things in here that are pretty much relevant to at least the financial markets. All right, not too bad for the normies today, but still, it's pretty low for any grade level. I mean, they've been failing for years now. Interest over time on Bitcoin, of course, for the last day. Let's look at the last 7 days here. How we do on the index? Looking pretty good. Almost every day in a row here in the last 3 days have been about 100 on the index scale, on the index, the Google index, and the last two opens as well before that. I think those going into the weekend. It's still the 24th there. Yeah. So these are all pretty good. Bitcoin's doing all right, guys, and the overall normie searches. I'm actually feeling this, man. It's not like we were seeing a few weeks ago where they're sitting about the high of the lows of about 30. So the lows here are like 70 in the index. These are pretty good. Pretty damn good, with the other ones leading the way in the hundreds. Cool. Moving on. We, of course, have Ethereum, Doge, Bitcoin, XRP, and Solana. As, of course, you can see, Bitcoin's been pretty searched throughout the day today. Let's look at the last 7 days as well for this. XRP is still going a little flat, but it did get a little bit of some action today at the open. And so did Ethereum as well. Looks like Ethereum down there. If I can put that back on the view. There we go. Yeah, right there. Looking pretty good overall for crypto today. Let's go back to the last 7 days and see how things are shaping up. And yeah, you can see all the peaks are still there for Bitcoin as per usual. And XRP in the last few days have been pamping. So yeah, normies are starting to pay attention. Look at Ethereum and Solana too. Go! Look at those L2s go, or L1s, major L1s go. Solana and Ethereum on the normie searches. Of course, Doge at the very bottom, not doing much of anything. Guys, we might be in for a real awakening if we start to get this thing passed in February. This is looking good for the normies, at least searching as well. You're about ready to get some paper too here, tax season wrapping up in the next 2 months. All right, guys, let's get back to, of course, Bitcoin. Where's Bitcoin ready to go by the end of this evening into the market open here on Thursday for Japan? Already opened up about 2 hours ago. It is right now about 11:30 in Japan, and the foreign markets 88.1. Again, still range down, but somewhere between 88 and 93 according to what we see. And you can see, of course, the large area of resistance we still have on the books. This is going on in the order books. Let's get back over here. Gold's still in a bull flag, sitting currently at $5,523. How's silver holding up? 100. Sorry, I'm getting excited. $117. Still looking like a flag as well for the silver metal. Pretty crazy stuff. When Bitcoin this morning in the foreign markets already dipping below and finally breaking down resistance at 88.8. 88.1 is still holding, and that's the next level we have on Bitcoin to retest. So let's go back and throw that on the books. 88.1, right around here. That's the next line of defense for Bitcoin. All right, so the big one, of course, being around 93K, which is right back here. I'm sure we can back test that here in a minute. Let's get back to it. There we go, and about right there. she be. 93 and some change right there. You can see it right there. Pretty clear as day. That's the next area. We are looking at possibly, liquidating a whole bunch of longs at that area. All right, so still range bound between about 88.1, 88,000, 93K, about those levels. All right, and we still haven't removed this from the equation yet. As I told you guys this morning, we did break out, but it can always come back down and return and retest. So I kept it on the board for now. This is, of course, our parallel channel between 88.8, which we just broke, and 86K. So that's on the board. Middle of that being about an 87.5. Woo! Okay. I can breathe now, right? Oh god! All right, let's get back in the chat. We're about ready to, of course, predict where Bitcoin's ready to go into the evening. Los keys. What happened to Los? He lost his keys. What? We want prison school, says Ben. We want prison school. Not your keys, not your Z's. You feel me, says fam. Yes, Ben. Yes, when we get back to the studio next week, guys, I'll be talking to you guys about possibly streaming some movies after, of course, the live stream on the Patreon. After our meeting has been adjourned and before going to bed. One of these days. So again, we have a lot of things planned for the Patreon moving forward. Let the crew vote. Yes, let the crew vote for those movies. Yes, let's see what else we got here. What? Movie first? What the heck? Gamagana is sharing a clip here. What do we got? Leave the World Behind. Yes, that's one of the movies we were talking about. It's on my list. It looks pretty good. I remember watching that just the other day. Not the movie, the trailer you showed when you told me about it. It looks pretty good. And you guys don't have to convince me much to watch a dystopian movie at all, especially one I haven't seen. I will watch it with little force. Okay, let's continue. Ben Lawrence says, you messed up with me. What? You messed me up. I knew you were scheming. Oh gosh, you guys going back and forth scheming. Matt Adams says, I'm really out here, as the youngsters say. You're out here, you're going out there on a limb. We can watch Heated Rivalry. I never heard of that movie, Los. What kind of flag is my bank account in? What the hell? Put the trailer on for that, says Lowe's. Paramount Freedom says, grabs his junk and says, I got you, boy. Hanging every time someone calls me a boy. A valuable lesson from the trout pops. Damn. Yeah, that's definitely a family lesson learned. Ben Lawrence says, I don't watch Lifetime television, my boy. Yeah, I don't either. That's cringe. Matt Adams says, I'll watch anything to avoid reflecting on my life. I hear you. It's been a rough year last year. All right, let's get back to it. Indeed, Matt Adam, that's why Gigi's feeling confident. I'm suggesting rom-coms now. Oh, jeez, Ben. All right, just kind of scroll through the rest of this here, see if I catch anything else, guys. Braveheart McFreeman says, keep that head up, Mad. Your kid is lucky to have a great example as a father. That's such a nice thing to say, that, Mad. It's an example. That's something being said, says Mad. All right, Ben Lawrence says, 100% stay strong, Mad. Yes, stay strong. Lo says, my dad left and we're gonna get milk. Come back with a milk mustache. Oh my god. All right. We got to get to it, guys. Where's Bitcoin likely to go into the evening tonight as the foreign market opens on this PAMP? All right. So let's see where we end up today. Let's get back to the 15 minutes. I think I have all the ritualistics already in place. Yes, I do, thankfully. And yeah, it's been pamping, pretty much honoring this area since Sunday. Interesting. Since Sunday. All right, so that's what we got on the board here. It already bounced right now, actually. That's, I guess, a good sign, but maybe we can get a little bit more out of this before I can make a decision. How much time we got left? Ooh, we're running into a 9:30 here in a second. Maybe in about 9:30 we can come back down and retest this line a little bit here. Either way, I have an idea where we're going to go. Anyway, okay, so, and I think we've also kept this, yeah, for the most part. Yeah, for the most part. That's been pretty much going that direction too. Okay. All right, so we got another idea on the board. We haven't touched the dip since Sunday. So the whole week, of course, been chopping up in a little bit of a relief rally from Davos. Okay, all right, so getting into Bitcoin's price action into tomorrow. We've already given them a little bit of a pumperoonie today. Today is Wednesday. It wasn't really much of a pumperoonie at all. It's mostly just holding sideways. They dumped off some of this. They took some profits, it looks like, at the beginning of the day. The session for Thursday in the foreign market. All right, let's just dump. let's just jump into it. I meant dump. I mean jump. Damn it. I asked for that again.
Stupid?
Yes. I'm just gonna. Yes. Damn it, Oscar. Yes, I'm stupid. Okay. Guys, I'm telling you, it's a power struggle in my head right now. I'm telling you, it's been hard to get through these days lately. Okay, all right. Baseline target on Bitcoin. Where are we going, baseline? Where are we going? All right, it's 9 o'clock right now. 9:30 is approaching. We got about 5 minutes. I really want to play this out for 5 minutes. Maybe we can, of course, distract each other for 5 minutes, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can do that. Let's see if Bitcoin can at least print another 5-minute candle and give us a clue as to where we're going to go. Right now, it's sitting up a lot of resistance. What are we backtesting here? A little bit back here from a Monday. Looks like. So yeah, we are backtesting a little bit now since we did lose this area at around 88.8. That was a key area of support we just lost today. And damn, that's crazy how that lines up there. It's weird how this stuff works, guys. I'm telling you. That's weird. All right, so right now, if we cannot flip back this in the 5 minute, we're going to at least chop down here a little bit. And maybe, I cannot believe it, played right into that. Maybe test some more of these lows on this channel we're stuck in since Sunday. It's nuts. I'm telling you guys, this stuff just pops in there. It's like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It just pops in there. All right, let's get back in the chat here. Each droplet is an opportunity to reflect and learn, says Mad. That's very inspirational there, my guy. Okay, look up and stare at it, own it, says Mad. Damn, dude, you're getting real tonight. Mad. Let's get back in the chat. What else we have here? Braveheart says, my grandpa was a boozer, Mad. My dad was an amazing father, despite his dad always getting evicted and spending every night at the bar. Break the cycle, brother, with your stable love and presence. Man, you guys are killing it tonight with the real talk. Damn, I need to hang out with you guys tonight. I really need that as well. Man, it's been real this week. Damn, it's been real. I am losing it. All right. What else we got here? Lo says, they gone. How much love? Yes, shake my head, says Ben. First Jake the Snake, now Gigi. What happened to Gigi? Yeah, what happened to Gigi? What, Ben, you can't do that. You can't just come in here and say, what happened to Gigi? That's messed up, man. I need to know what's going on. Jake the Snake, Gigi? All right, okay. Anyway, how much love, my guy? How much love? They gone, says Los, they gone. Wow, that was a good one. Bayfront McFreedom. I know, right? That's real, man. That's real. All right. Well, I'll talk some more real talk with you guys tonight after this live stream. Let's get into Bitcoin. We have 2 minutes remaining and still chopping below 88.8. 88.8 again was the key level we needed to keep when we started the live. Yeah, we're now trying to force our way back up there, and it's not looking great so far. It's very possible we're going to chop down here and just kind of retest these lows and try to honor those for a little bit more, moving back up into the night. And oh my gosh, if we play that all the way into 6 o'clock in the morning, that could see another leg down back to 87.5 on the low end, which is fine. You know what? I said this morning. I'll say it again. I said at the beginning of this live stream as well. I am very happy at Bitcoin at these levels, anywhere in these levels, before the options expiry event on Friday. Again, we're going to have the first options expiry event on Friday for Bitcoin in the year 2026. The lower, of course, we can, the more we can remain oversold before we cross that threshold, the more we'll have less and less of a booter on our neck moving into the following month. More of an opportunity, of course, to wreck everyone on towards the upside. All right. Of course, you guys seen that play out before. I've talked about it many, many times. It's kind of an ongoing theme on my channel. All right. Continuing on. Basically, 1 minute remaining, about 30 seconds until we hit that 9:30 candle. Let's go back to the 1 minute, see how things are shaping up, and it's not looking great. Looks like we are going to come down here and at least retest this low from the entire week. Literally the entire week. We've been, of course, creating this low in this channel since Sunday. All right, how's our golden pocket doing, man? Like, where the hell did that even go? Did I delete it? I think I did. I think that's fine. I wanted to make room for a new parallel channel anyway. Let me throw that on the board. It should be right over here. There we go. And a boom. All right, cool. All right, let's get that on the board, shall we? So I can, of course, show you guys this pretty easily. There we go. Just fit that in there. Let's move this up a little bit. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Right there. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with on the Bitcoin. How low can she go? Will she keep the trend going? And we now just entered 9:30. Okay, let's zoom on in, take a look at the order books, and it looks like, yep, it's still falling. I thought this was gonna play out. All right, it's possible we come back down and retest the bottom of this channel here at about 88 flat, and so, of course, see a bounce. And then here we go. We're about to see it right now play out as we got into 9:30 candle, 9:31 printing right now. On, let's take a look at the 1 minute. A little bit of that, of course, going back there and retesting. That's fine. All right, so that's our first move for this evening. It's not a good one, but it could stop. It could stop at any moment and start to flip. Let's take a look at the order books and confirm what's going on. And yep, you can see a little bit of a sell-off happening right now. 88.1, still the key area that the bulls want to keep at support. Below that, we're looking at 87.7. Yikes! That's coming in fast if we lose this level. Of course, it's playing out right now as we speak. All right, so 87.7 will take us down to right about here. 87.7 flat. All right, so right there. There it is, flash crash into 87.7 right now. Losing the trend from Sunday. 87.9, 87.8 flat. 87.9, 87.8 flat. 87, yeah, you got the idea. Flash crash continuing. Wicking closer as we get to 87.7. The next key area in the order books for Bitcoin for support. Funny how this happens, guys. I probably won't be able to do a prediction if this is free falling. I'm like, yeah. I saw that a mile away. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. Oh, man. That's fine. We can just hang out tonight. That's cool, too. Oh, my God. All right. We are wicking back up in quick succession. And the 15-minute right now is almost back on the rails. Not too bad. I'll take it if they want to play that direction. Pretty quick. Get bought up pretty quick. Any big orders here? Anything significant? Nothing too crazy. Just a few million here or there. Right now, the bulls are almost on par with the bears in terms of overall inflow. Only off about what's that, $300 million. There's another few million there. For the most part, it's just, they're just trading this area until they get wrecked. That's usually how this plays out. Trade the area until they get wrecked. All right. Still keeping it. Are we going to get that bounce? All right. I'm going to give it another 5 minutes. Hang out with you guys, and then we got to go. We got to go over to, of course, the Patreon. Guys, if you haven't already, of course, discovered we have a Patreon. I know I'm surprised as you guys are. I still can't believe we have our own Patreon. That's right. It's only $15 a month, guys. Of course, you can hang out with me and the Chaos crew after the live stream. We have an amazing group of people. I cannot ask for another group of friends. Like you guys are incredible. We have walks of all life there. Walks from All Life there, and I just can't believe the turnout. I was not expecting this. It's the amount of support over there has been amazing. So yeah, we are of course going to have these planned open discussions on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, we have another one coming up on Friday. Tonight is also our Wednesday one. It's going to be our Wrenched Wednesday, and then we have of course Feed the Fire Friday on Friday. I'm going to be trying to build these up for Saturday live streams as well, and the open conversations going into the weekends. We're still kind of working on that, as I won't be back in the studio until next week. So again, I just wanted to remind you that's where we're going to be at in the next half hour. All right, so yeah, looks like it still wants to bounce here. Nothing really has changed. It's wicked all the way back up to it. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Looks like the foreign markets are playing ball. People are just trading the range. Ooh, another one coming down. Another one. Oof. Will it stick? Nope. Rounding off. Starting to round off for a bounce. Hopefully back up. At least to retest 88.5. And hopefully get above 88.8 again. I don't know if we're going to get that tonight. Still a lot of macro factors got to wait to play out going into next month. All right. So yeah, we are starting to get a little bit of a round off here. Wicking again right on top of it. Again, I've seen this move before, man. I've seen this move before. Oh my God. Do it. Dump it. I dare you. Dump it. Oh my God. Jeez. All right. We can't hang out here forever. So I'm probably gonna just gonna skip this, guys. See you guys on the other side. Just running out of time. Otherwise, I'd be here all night, because we've done that before. We know how this goes. Hanging out here on the live. I'll be looking at this with you guys over on the other side. Maybe I'll do my prediction on the Patreon tonight, and we'll see how that loads. We gotta find a place to start to chop around and start to confirm and verify where we're gonna go next. So can't really do that here on the live without knowing for certain. If we're going to get some support here at this level. As of right now, it still wants to do it, though. It still wants to do it. All right, so with that being said, guys, if I had to do one on the spot, and I'll be, trying to come back with you guys later, I'd say we get a bounce here, get a retest, and then come back down, maybe lose this a little bit more. 87.6, maybe coming back up for the market open in America, and around the same area we are now. This actually looks like a pretty solid setup too for the market open. A little oversold, and again going into Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. That's right around 88.6, just under 88.8 for Bitcoin on our baseline target. If I had to do one now, you put a gun in my head. This is where I'm at. But honestly, I would wait until this played out to really do one. All right, guys. So with that being said, I will catch you guys on, of course, the other side of the Patreon. We're going to open the discussion here in a few minutes. I'll see you guys over there at 10 p.m. Eastern. Just in a second, guys. About 20 minutes from now. All right, have a good one, guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning, but just a daily reminder as well. I'll be reminding you tomorrow. I will not be on Friday's morning live stream because I have a showing. I need to clean up the studio again, hide it all like I did last time when they took the photographs. I'm proud of my parents for actually listing it and getting their first showing even before I leave from Florida. There's a lot of things going on in my family right now. We got health issues and stuff in my family. I don't really get into all that again, but yeah, it's just been a hell of a week, guys. I'm just tired of this. I want to move on. All right, so I'll see you guys, and we'll move on to the Patreon here in a second. Catch you on a bit later. Peace. Woo, see y'all soon.
When will then be now? Soon.
Yes.
Fly me to the moon, let me trade among the stars. Let me see what freedom's like without money and gold bars. In other words, hold my king. Oh, in other words, let's make history. Oh, fill my walls with more coins and let me bottle the lamp and more and more and more and more and more. I'm on board. Hollywood talking is I should you. In other words,
Oh my God, Los, what the hell did you send me? Oh my God. Really? 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 Okay, I'll play it real quick, guys. I'll play it real quick. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous, Los. All right. Let me get back to my screen. There we go. Here we go.
I love the Mexican people, especially the big girls, las gorditas. They are so tasty. Ay, que rico. They call me el viejo asqueroso, which is Spanish for the handsome orange man. In fact, the next big, beautiful one I see, I'll be grabbing her by the taco. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be huge. I love the Mexican people, especially the big
All right, I'll catch
girls.
you tomorrow.